Shira, let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing. Havana Shira, come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing. Havana Shira, come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Rabbi Julie Carroll. I'm honored to lead Shabbat services this evening with Cantor Stefano Yakino and J. David Williams. And we are so grateful to be worshiping with all of you who are here in person and all of those of you live streaming us. And we especially want to welcome the family and friends of Ashley Muller and Michael Wolf who are celebrating their Ufruf this evening. We are so excited to celebrate you. We are in Parshat Shoftim this week. And Parshat Shoftim, which means judges, is all about the law and all about Moses' final burst of energy in the book of Deuteronomy, trying to really inculcate an ethic in the Israelites of how to observe the mitzvot and how to really honor this one God. And earlier in the week, I was reading a profile of a critic and a teacher named Jacqueline Rose, who lives in Britain, and she's a very well-known feminist scholar. And in the article, she says the words, "Translation isn't about equivalence, it's about a re-rendering of the world." And I thought that comment, translation isn't about equivalence, it's about a re-rendering of the world, is so powerful because what she's talking about is our inclination to idolatry in language, to idolatry in meaning, towards lending one version of a translation more authenticity over another version. And every single person here prays in at least two languages. Maybe that's Hebrew and English, maybe that's two other languages, but we all definitely pray with our bodies when we rise, when we adjust ourselves in our seats, when we use choreography and the melody of music, the language of music, we also pray in. And so we're going to be thinking about Jacqueline Rose's comment this evening and wondering how it is through translation of our prayers that we're able to re-render the world. How might the Hebrew version of something and its English translation, or the prayer and its choreography, help us open up new worlds of meaning to connect in services? And we always begin services by the kindling of light, by lighting our Shabbat candles. And before I learned to speak Hebrew when I was 18 years old, to me, the blessing of lighting the candles, the words themselves had absolutely no meaning. It was the melody that we sang, and my family did the Hanukkah melody. So we would always sing, Baruch Atah Adonai. And that melody to me is what sanctified the act of kindling light. It was the music of the prayer that made lighting those candles sacred, that brought God nearer to us. But when I learned what it meant in English, that God commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat, the commandedness spoke so much louder to me than anything else, because that was my native language. And so the English actually deepened my understanding of the prayer, because something that I had thought of maybe as voluntary, that we were choosing to light the candles, actually became holy because it was an obligation, because it was a mitzvah. And so between that beautiful, mysterious language of Hebrew that brought sanctity without so much meaning, and then being able to anchor it in the English, I was really able to understand this particular act of transitioning between the week and the holiness of the Sabbath with two worlds of understanding. And we're going to be thinking that way about another number of prayers throughout our service. It is a privilege to invite Ashley and Michael forward to kindle the lights of Shabbat. You can find those blessings on the wall or on page 2 in your prayer books. Thank you both. Our service is going to continue as we welcome the Sabbath bride into our midst, singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9 of Lecha Dodi on page 20.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם לתפארת ולצילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שידברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. רואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. Shabbat nekabela.
We remain standing as we are able for our call to worship, the Barhu on page 28.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, 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 yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai.
Please be seated.
This morning at 4:30, I awoke to the opportunity to recite my favorite blessings. I've practiced for years to be able to say them in quick succession. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who performs acts of creation. The blessing you say when light streaks the night sky. And blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, whose power and might fill the earth. Our reply to thunder. When we awaken in the middle of the night to flashes of lightning and claps of thunder, are we seeing and feeling a glimpse of the Big Bang that first set the stars in their array? When I feel cozy and small in my bed, and I say the blessing thanking you, God, for acts of creation and the blessing of your night and might that fills the earth, I'm first in line to bear witness to the wonder of our ancestors who wrote love poetry to their creator, a God who mixes the day into night, Erev, Ma'ariv, Me'orev, a cosmic stew that reminds us of our place on this rock. We thank a God, a force that stirs us to mark the passing of time and the changing of seasons, the very things that give our lives permanence and meaning. Something to count, something to bide our time, something to punctuate our days. God, I pray to be a grateful participant every day as I witness a ripple of the first spark through yellowed windows. And I'm grateful to see your stars above. U'mesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotechem barakia kirtzono. God who sets the stars in their array according to an order only you comprehend. I pray to be a part of your cosmic ballet. Please continue with me in the reading of Ma'ariv Aravim on page 30. Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim. בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה, אדוני, המעריב ערבים.
Please rise as you are able for words of Shema on page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו